Hey guys, in today's video, we're checking out a new portable wireless system for guitar and bass. We're checking out the system by FAY, the FAY wireless system, and we're going to be checking out three different things. We're going to check out the one with the case that charges the wireless, which is really cool. This case charges the wireless. As you can see, it has the charging indicator right there and my sweaty hands. We're going to go over the version that has the case that does not charge it, as well as a cool little adapter that they have here to go onto your guitar strap, which is really cool. So I've reviewed so many of these wireless types of systems, these plug and play portable, cheaper wireless systems. I honestly thought I was kind of done doing them because I've done like 2 master videos on them explaining how they're very similar and stuff like that. I did ask in one of my videos for people to comment if there was one a little bit different and that I would check it out. And sure enough, I got a lot of comments telling me to check out the FAY wireless system. So I looked into it and it seemed pretty cool. I really like that it has that charging case. Having a case that charges the wireless is really nice. It's really cool that the case charges it. I'm a big fan of that. So I checked it out. And it was actually really cool is that FAY sent me these to check out in order to review on the channel. They're not paying me anything. These opinions are all my own. They just sent it to me to check out. If I didn't like the system, I wouldn't feature it on my channel. But I really like the system. I've been gigging with it the last couple of weeks. But I've been asked multiple times by subscribers to review this system. So here it is. We're going to review the FAY wireless system. So thank you guys for recommending this. And then just side note, I just crossed 10,000 subscribers. So many thanks to you guys for subscribing to this channel. And I sincerely appreciate the support. So thank you guys. Hope you enjoy. It's 10,000 people who came for the tech tips and stay for the memes. So I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for your support. But anyway, going back to the FAY system, I'm going to go over setup specs, kind of just how it works, let you know what's different about this, some pros and cons and stuff like that, and see if this system is right for you. So before we get started, I post videos like this all the time, stuff about wireless, in-ear monitors, MIDI programming, gear reviews, finding cheap stuff from musicians on Amazon, stuff like that. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to ring the bell. And also, if you find this content helpful, hitting the thumbs up button is a free way to support the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so there are 2 different versions of this system, but the setup is basically the same, so I'll address the differences here in a minute. But, I mean, the system is actually really simple. So you got a transmitter and receiver, and the way you can tell which one is which is that one of them has a guitar on it, the other one has like a speaker on it. So the guitar one is the one that is a transmitter, and that plugs into your guitar. And the one that has a speaker on it is the receiver, and that plugs into wherever you're trying to send the signal to. So that could be a guitar amp, pedal board, or in my case, like an interface. So it's pretty simple. You have this button right here. Hold it for a minute to turn it on. And you can do the same for both of them. And it'll say what channel it's on. So right now they're set on channel 2. The way that you change that is you push the button twice, and it starts blinking, and then push the button once to start scrolling through the channels. And then when you're ready to confirm, just double tap it again, and there you go. Same thing on this one. It is nice that it has the double tap feature, because then if you don't ever want to accidentally bump it once and then it changes. If you hit it once, it'll tell you what the battery's at, which is also nice. But if you double tap it twice, that's the way to get it to change channels, which is nice because that way you don't accidentally bump it or anything like that. That's basically it. So you can see these little knobs, these little connectors right here. Those actually connect right here in the case, and that's what charges it. And it's also really nice with this one, you don't have the one that has the case that charges it. You don't even have to power it off. As soon as you set this in to charge, you'll see that it automatically powered off the system, but it makes the connection right there. And with this one, it charges in the case. With this one, it does not. So that is really the main difference between these two. This is the BF1 and this is the BF1 LITE. So the LITE one does not have, it has the case for carrying it, which is really nice, but it does not charge. This one has the portable charging case with it. And again, you don't have to plug anything in. It's charging right now. This one you do need to plug in, and it actually charges in the case right here. So that's how you charge it. You put it in the case and then you charge in here. It does not charge over micro USB. It charges over USB-C, which is really nice. I always really like USB-C cables. So props to them for doing that. But then to charge this one, again, you can charge the case and just plugged in here, and now it's charging the case. But again, you don't need that. Right now, it's charging these because there is a battery in this case that charges the system. Really cool. That's the main difference between them. So one thing you might notice about this system is that this is probably the thinnest one I've ever seen. The only thing about it, though, is that it does not bend. Some of the other ones, they can fold so that they fit to the guitar. This one instead just kind of sticks out and is very, very thin, which can be really nice if you have a certain type of guitar that has a lot of trouble fitting other types of wireless, you know, because this is so skinny. I mean, it's barely just sticks out from the jack. It's basically that size. So that can be definitely a plus. The thing about it is that it is a little bit weird that it doesn't bend. So it does kind of stick out, which is kind of uncomfortable for certain types of guitars that like I have. But that's where this guy comes in. This is the BF cable. And this is actually really cool is that it has this little connector right here so that it can go onto your strap. And then you plug in this here. It goes in here, and now it kind of attaches. So this can attach to your strap kind of like this. Or it also ships with this Velcro thing. So this actually can go wrap around it and can attach to a strap kind of like I did here on the acoustic case, which is really nice. So you get the option of having it be skinnier, which is nice for certain types of guitars, or you have this type of connector to get it out of the way if you do not wish for it to stick out. But it mostly just sticks out kind of like how much it would if you had just a regular cable. So it's not the end of the world, but it is cool that they thought this out as a possible solution to that. So pretty cool. And again, to charge, you put them in their case and they charge over USB-C cable, which is included in the box. All right, just quickly going over the specs. The distance is 30 meters, so about 100 feet, which is great for this type of plug-and-play wireless. I think 50 to 100 is more than fine. Transmission latency, 0.3 milliseconds. That's really, really low. There's no way you can hear that for latency, and you can't feel it for sure. Frequency response is from 20 hertz up to 18 kilohertz. So basically the full frequency spectrum. You don't need anything above 18 kilohertz anyways. I'm gonna get to the signal band here in a minute. The battery life of the transmitter is 6 hours. Battery life of the receiver is 8 hours, which is longer than most of them. Most of these plug and plays are about 5 hours, so you get a little bit more out of this, which is really nice. As far as the charging case, you get about 30 hours of charging out of the case. So combined, it's about 36, 38 hours of battery life with this thing without needing to recharge it because the case will recharge it. And again, that is with the BF1, not with the BF1 LITE. Something interesting if looking at each of them. So in the LITE one, it says that it's the UHF ISM general band. Everything else is the same. But in the other one, it says it's in the 0.87 gigahertz ISM general band. So I was a little confused on that. So I actually emailed them and they said that the transmission frequency range is 860 to 900 megahertz, which is completely different. I haven't actually even seen other wireless in this frequency. I've seen 2.4, 5.8, 900, 470 to 600. I've seen even the 100s from like a Shure one, but I've never seen this frequency. If you know more about this frequency, please leave a comment down below and I'll pin your comment if I get a good one explaining it. Okay, so as far as pricing, so the LITE one, the one that does not have the charging case, is $49, and the one that does have the charging case, right now it's on sale for $79, so hopefully you can snag that deal while it's still on, but it normally says it's about like $93, so it's going to be about, $80 to $100, somewhere in there. Just my 2 cents, I'm just going to say it, just get the one with the case. It is so nice to have the one that charges it for you. That is just such a convenience. It might not seem like much to you, but being able to just pack it up, not have to worry about charging it before your next gig, I'd personally just definitely recommend that if you can get it. Links to both of them will be down in the description down below. There are Amazon affiliate links. They're a free way to support the channel at no extra cost to you, so I would definitely appreciate it if you use those, if you do end up deciding to purchase these. So something else that's really cool that I really like about the Brian Fay system is that they've thought about it. So they have the BF1, and then they have the BF1 B. They also have the BF1 LITE, and then the BF1 B LITE. So what does the B mean? It's for bass. It's specifically for bass. And you can see here with, the specs, they basically have the same idea, but for the regular ones, the ones that are meant for guitar and other instruments, any frequency below 50 hertz is attenuated by 3 decibels, and the bass one is not attenuated at all. So it gives you more low end in the bass one, and it does not with the one that's meant for guitar, which is really cool because you don't want anything below 50. I usually cut out everything below 80 for my guitar personally. And then if you are interested in that Lollipop extension cable kit, which I do recommend if you're worried about it, sticking out or something like that, it's only like $19. Definitely worth it in my opinion. Highly recommend that you get this one if you plan to use it that way. It's pretty cool. Okay, so now for a tone test. So if you've seen my videos before, you're going to know what I'm going to say next. But if you're new here, I don't do A/B comparisons. I think we waste too much time really listening and trying to see, is it sound exactly like that? I think we're too picky about it. And what we should just focus on is, can we get a good usable tone out of it? If so, it's worth using. And then you can tweak as you go. So I'm just running this just direct. I'm running it into one of my favorite plugins, the Neural DSP Pliny plugin. I'm just going to run direct into that. and see what you guys think. Here's a tone test. Okay, so it sounds fine to me. I don't hear any tone loss or anything like that. I've been gigging with it. I've plugged it in, and I don't hear any tone loss with it at all. Sounds great. Sounds nice and full. But yeah, sounds great. I've actually been using this. So I've gigged with this with a guitar. I've used my guitar, my wife's guitar, and I even used it with an SPDSX. And you know, the SPDSX is a drum sampler. You don't obviously need that to be wireless, but you know, I have two of these. Thank you, Brian Fay, for sending these. But so I wanted to test them out. And one of the things I do use it with the SPDSX is just to see if there is any tone loss, because there's like toms, and so I try to get like a lot of low end plus some of the high end. So there's claps, there's 808s, there's fake floor toms, stuff like that. It's all over the frequency maps, so that's why I like to test it on the SPDSX that my drummer plays. And yeah, it sounds great. It sounds awesome. I have no problems with it. Now, there is something I do have to be very specific about. Something that in all my other videos about these cheap wireless, I kind of just mentioned it casually, and I just assumed that it would click. After reading some of the comments, I need to make sure that when I do review these, that I'm very specific about this and very clear about this. So this one, there's 5 different channels that you can choose from. You have 5 options. That's completely fair at this price point. This is a great price point for these products. My $1,000 Sennheiser system has, how many does it have? I'd have to look it up. It's this many. So I'm gonna have to look at it while I'm editing and find out this is how many channels it has that I can choose from to find a clear signal. That's why it's $1,000. That's what, you know, you're spending 50 to 100 for these. There's a reason why it's cheaper. There's a reason why it's cheaper. You have to understand that. These are still worth it, but you only have 5 channels. Just keep that in mind, is that if you are looking for a mission critical, you have to have your wireless work all the time. It always has to work. You're playing bigger tours and stuff like that. You need to spend the money to get a really, really nice system. I still gig with these. I still play with them. You know, I play some bigger shows. I play some smaller shows at bars and stuff like that. You just have to manage your expectations and understand why it's cheaper. $50 for 5 channels or $1,000 for hundreds of channels. That's up to you to make that financial decision. Because, you know, I get a comment, if it cuts out once, people think it's like the end of the world and it's a terrible system. It's like, no, you have to understand how frequencies work, and you also have to understand you have less frequency options, and therefore it is possible that you will run into situations where all the frequencies have been taken. You just have to accept that. I'm still going to bring this to shows, and I'm still going to play with it. I'm going to have, especially the one with the battery. God, that thing it's so nice to just not have to worry about charging it. You know, 36 hours of battery life is insane. That's a lot of time that you can get out of this thing. So I'm definitely going to continue to use it, even knowing that there is a possibility of it possibly cutting out. Just my opinion, my 2 cents on it. The only con I would say with it is that I wish that it bent, you know. I don't like how much it sticks out. Obviously, that's what, you know, this thing is for, which is great that they have that, and that is really nice. So I do just wish that it did have a way to bend. It's not the end of the world. It sticks out, I mean, like you would if you had a non-right angle cable anyways. So to me, it's not the end of the world. You know, I'm trying to give an honest review, and that's kind of the only con that I would see out of it. So overall, do I like this system? Yeah, absolutely. Just, it's very nicely put together. The case is super solid. I love the carrying case, how it charges the system. It's just a really cool system overall. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. Links are in the description down below if you are interested in purchasing, and they are Amazon affiliate links. So it doesn't cost you anything, but is a free way to support the channel. If you do end up using those links, I would appreciate it. So thank you, Brian Fay, for sending me this system. I'm definitely a fan of it. I really like what they're doing and excited to see what they're doing in the future, because you can definitely tell that they really thought about this product when they were designing it. So that's basically it. I hope this helped you guys out. If you guys made it to the end, just do me a favor, hit the like button. It's a free way to support the channel. I know YouTubers hate asking for it. I hate asking for it, but it honestly really does help out the channel, feed the algorithm and all that stuff. So I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys again for watching. I found this system because of recommendations from you guys. So if you have any other ideas of gear you want me to check out, wireless in-ears, anything cool, definitely leave a comment down below. I'm definitely curious to always check out new gear. You know, it's kind of what this channel is about. So check out some of my other videos. You can check out some of my other reviews on some cheaper wireless, as well as some more expensive wireless if you're looking to go that route as well. You can check out some of my other videos by clicking some of the links on the screen now. Don't forget to follow me on my social media pages at Scott Ewell Music on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And again, thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell if you want to be notified when I put out new videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.